What do you know about Holly Hallstrom other than the fact that she's one of the most prominent models on The Price is Right? Appearing throughout this show from 1977 to 1995, anyone would think that the connection between Holly and The Price is Right is inseparable. However, the truth about this toxic relationship was hidden, resulting from errors that came with risks, serious injuries, and Holly Hallstrom's inexplicable absences. Their irretrievable partnership culminated in a decades-long court battle. Oh my God, how terrible! If you still don't know what happened to Holly Hallstrom, please watch this video until the end. Holly Ann Hallstrom's journey into the world of show business began on August 25, 1952, in the vibrant city of San Antonio, Texas. From a young age, Hallstrom possessed a starry-eyed determination to make her mark in the entertainment industry. As a teenager, she already harbored dreams of a career in show business, and this vision would shape her life in ways she could never have imagined. After completing high school, Hallstrom took the practical route of enrolling in college. However, the financial burden of tuition led her to explore alternative means of support. Modeling became her gateway, a part-time pursuit to make ends meet, while she pursued her academic goals. Little did she know that this seemingly temporary solution would evolve into a defining chapter in her life. What began as a means to support her education gradually transformed into a full-fledged modeling career. Hallstrom's captivating presence and photogenic qualities caught the attention of the industry, opening doors to opportunities beyond her initial expectations. Her journey took an unexpected turn when she visited the entertainment hub of Los Angeles, California. During her time in Los Angeles, Hallstrom seized a remarkable opportunity that would alter the course of her life forever. The city, known for its vast entertainment industry, proved to be the perfect backdrop for her aspirations. The job she landed in Los Angeles marked a turning point, providing her with a breakthrough that transcended the need to worry about college courses. No longer burdened by the pressures of academia, Holly Ann Hallstrom found herself at the threshold of the career she had always yearned for in show business. The opportunity that presented itself in the bustling city of Los Angeles was more than a stepping stone. It was the launchpad for a journey that would see her become a prominent figure in the entertainment world. Hallstrom's inaugural entrance onto the iconic game show took place on the air date of January 3, 1977, amid the fervor of model tryouts. It was a moment that would not only mark the beginning of a new chapter for the show, but also the dawn of a captivating era with Kathleen Hallstrom as a central figure. Her initial stint as a guest model was merely a prelude to the captivating journey that awaited her. In the subsequent weeks, Hallstrom shared the stage with other guest models, the most notable among them being Mary Palms and Linda Serene. However, it became increasingly evident that Hallstrom possessed a unique charm and charisma that resonated with both the audience and the show's producers. This realization culminated in a significant decision on February 14th, when the producers officially appointed her as the newest Barker's Beauty, securing her place on the show and permanently replacing the outgoing Anitra. From the moment she assumed her new role, Hallstrom's impact was immediate and unforgettable. Unlike her predecessors, she became celebrated, not only for her beauty but also for her endearing propensity for mishaps, blunders, and bloopers with various prizes and set pieces. Far from diminishing her appeal, these charming missteps endeared her even more to the audience, transforming her into a beloved and relatable figure. The unforgettable journey of Kathleen Hallstrom on the beloved game show continued to be punctuated by amusing incidents that endeared her to fans and etched her name into the annals of game show history. One of the most memorable episodes in this saga occurred during the closing moments of the October 16, 1981, airing. As the lively notes of Cool and the gang's celebration filled the air, Hallstrom found herself entangled in an unexpected wardrobe malfunction. Her dress, caught in the rhythm of the dance, began to slip, prompting a quick response from the ever-vigilant host, Bob Barker, and the affable announcer, Johnny Olson. In a spontaneous moment of chivalry, Barker and Olson stepped in front of Hallstrom, with Barker gallantly covering her with his jacket, turning what could have been an awkward moment into a charming and humorous incident that would be etched in the memories of viewers. Among Hallstrom's repertoire of memorable bloopers, the recurring skirmish with Gibson kitchen appliances stands out as a testament to her ability to turn everyday mishaps into moments of comedic gold. On 3 separate occasions, the feisty refrigerator door and later the dishwasher thwarted her attempts to gracefully shut them during the presentation. Each time, Hallstrom's valiant efforts were met with the defiant swing of the appliance door, leaving the audience in stitches and solidifying her reputation as the queen of endearing blunders. Another iconic blooper unfolded during a February 1993 episode, adding yet another layer to Hallstrom's endearing legacy. Tasked with modeling a jukebox and engaging in a lively dance with a male mannequin, Hallstrom found herself unwittingly caught in a wardrobe malfunction once again. The mannequin's pants started to descend, much to the amusement of the audience. Unaware of the situation, Hallstrom continued her routine until the prize description was concluded by the announcer, Rod Roddy. It was only then, amid the laughter of the audience, that she realized the unexpected turn of events. Ever the good sport, Hallstrom laughed at herself with a touch of embarrassment, while Bob Barker, with his characteristic wit, quipped, "With Holly, you could never tell if those kinds of things were planned or not." In the latter part of 1983, a significant chapter unfolded in Kathleen Hallstrom's journey on The Price is Right. Driven by aspirations to explore new horizons in the world of acting, Hallstrom made the heartfelt decision to bid farewell to the show that had become synonymous with her vibrant presence. Her final appearance, a poignant moment for fans, graced the airwaves on December 2nd, leaving behind a void that would be temporarily filled by a rotating cast of models. As the show navigated the absence of Hallstrom, a series of dynamic models took turns occupying her coveted position. Among these replacements were 2 enigmatic figures known only by their first names: Chanel, a blonde beauty who made her debut during the week of November 14th-17th, stepping in for Hallstrom, and Pat, an African-American model who marked a historic milestone as the very first to grace the daytime show in this capacity. The ensemble of substitutes further showcased the diversity and talent within the modeling pool. Janice Baker, renowned for her role as one of the dealers on Jim Perry's version of Card Sharks, brought her own flair to the set. Kristen Bjorklund, hailing from the Perry era of Card Sharks, and with a notable portfolio in other Goodson-Todman productions, including Family Feud, added a seasoned touch to the rotating lineup. The list continued with Kyle Aletter, who initially entered the scene as a contestant but was earmarked as Hallstrom's potential permanent replacement. Fate, however, had different plans, and Aletter assumed the role of a substitute instead. Last but certainly not least, Andy Papagna, the final entrant in the succession of rotating models, left her mark before Hallstrom's eventual return. Papagna's journey extended beyond The Price is Right, as she went on to become one of the models in the Italian version of the show, titled Ok, il prezzo è giusto. Okay, The Price is Right. The eagerly awaited return of Kathleen Hallstrom to The Price is Right unfolded in the spring of 1984, marking a joyous reunion with fans who had long held her in high regard. The much-anticipated moment materialized on the air date of March 30th as Hallstrom graced the stage once again, radiating the same charm and vivacity that had endeared her to viewers during her earlier tenure. Her comeback brought a renewed sense of energy to the show, and Hallstrom seamlessly slipped back into the role that had become synonymous with her name. The audience welcomed her with open arms, and her presence injected a familiar and cherished element into the fabric of The Price is Right. For over a decade, Hallstrom continued to be a stalwart presence on the show, becoming an integral part of its enduring legacy. Her contributions went beyond the role of a Barker's beauty. She had become a beloved personality, cherished for her genuine warmth, infectious laughter, and the endearing mishaps that had defined her earlier stint on the show. However, the unexpected twist in Hallstrom's journey arrived in October 1995, when, to the shock of both fans and colleagues, she faced an abrupt and unforeseen termination from The Price is Right. The news left the audience in a state of disbelief, and speculations regarding the reasons for her departure circulated within fan communities. You may not know this, the seamless and vibrant presence of Kathleen Hallstrom on The Price is Right occasionally experienced interruptions. For example, in February 1978, viewers witnessed the first known instance of Hallstrom's absence from the show. On this occasion, a model named Sherry stepped into the spotlight, temporarily filling the void left by Hallstrom's brief departure. The air date of this episode was February 7th, and although the exact reasons for Hallstrom's absence were not explicitly mentioned, it was likely a short-lived break. Fast forward to December 1980, and once again, the iconic Barker's beauty found herself temporarily missing from the stage. This time, however, the cause was more transparent. Hallstrom had sustained a knee injury. The unexpected setback prompted the swift action of the show's production team, who, in a last-minute decision, enlisted the assistance of Price staffer Barbara Hunter to step into the role and ensure the show went on. The episode aired on December 23rd, and Hallstrom's absence was a poignant reminder of the unpredictable nature of live television. In the fall of 1986, Kathleen Hallstrom faced another challenging chapter in her tenure on The Price is Right. Beginning on October 30th and persisting until November 10th, Hallstrom found herself sidelined due to illness. This series of absences, prompted by health concerns, revealed the vulnerability even the most enduring and familiar faces on television could face. Stepping into the breach during this period was Kyle Allater, a model who had previously made her mark as a rotating model in 1984. Allater's return to the show in this capacity was not only a testament to her versatility, but also an acknowledgement of the camaraderie that existed among the modeling team. On the October 30th and November 3rd episodes, Allater was formally introduced to both the home and studio audiences by the ever-charismatic host, Bob Barker. The introductions served to familiarize viewers with the temporary replacement, ensuring a smooth transition during Hallstrom's absence. In May 1988, history repeated itself as Hallstrom faced another bout of illness, necessitating her temporary withdrawal from the show. Once again, the producers turned to the reliable and experienced Kyle Allater to step into Hallstrom's shoes during her recovery. Allater, having previously filled in for Diane Parkinson for an extended period from February to mid-March, and before Janice Pennington's accident, was well acquainted with the demands of the role. In the intricate tapestry of Kathleen Hallstrom's tenure on The Price is Right, there were several instances where unforeseen circumstances led to her temporary absence from the iconic game show. One such period unfolded in April 1992, starting on the 15th and extending until the 22nd. During this time, for reasons undisclosed to the public, Hallstrom was notably missing from the stage. The ensemble of models for these episodes consisted solely of Kathleen Bradley, Diane Parkinson, and Janice Pennington, with Hallstrom's vibrant presence temporarily absent. The mystery surrounding her absence added an air of intrigue to the show, leaving fans to speculate about the reasons behind the brief hiatus. Despite the unknown cause, the remaining models continued to uphold the show's spirit, ensuring that the episodes maintained the familiar blend of excitement and entertainment that viewers had come to expect. Hallstrom's last known absences occurred on specific dates in the subsequent years, each marked by a single missed episode. on November 2, 1993, April 24, 1994, and April 10, 1995, she was absent for one show each. The reasons behind these individual instances of non-appearance were not extensively documented, leaving fans to ponder the circumstances surrounding these isolated breaks. In a shocking turn of events, Holly Hallstrom's long-standing tenure on The Price is Right came to an abrupt end in October 1995 under circumstances that stirred controversy and legal battles. The catalyst for her dismissal, as reported, was her purported weight gain of 14 pounds, 6.4 kilos, allegedly due to a prescription medication she was taking. However, Hallstrom later asserted that the official reason for her departure was a mere smokescreen. According to her claims, the real motive behind her dismissal was rooted in her unwillingness to support the show's host, Bob Barker, amidst a tumultuous legal dispute. Model Diane Parkinson had filed a lawsuit against Barker, accusing him of sexual harassment. Hallstrom contended that Barker demanded her allegiance by instructing her to make appearances on talk shows and grant interviews to assert that Parkinson's allegations were false. Furthermore, she alleged that Barker pressured her to manipulate her recollection of certain events to bolster his defense. Hallstrom, unwilling to become entangled in the legal dispute or compromise her integrity by providing false testimony, refused to comply with Barker's requests. In the aftermath of her refusal, Hallstrom claimed that she was summarily dismissed from The Price is Right. This revelation brought to light the behind-the-scenes dynamics and ethical dilemmas that unfolded within the television industry, particularly the internal conflicts that arose amid legal controversies involving key personnel. The fallout from Hallstrom's dismissal extended beyond the confines of the television studio. Outraged fans of The Price is Right voiced their displeasure through a barrage of angry letters, expressing support for Hallstrom and questioning the circumstances surrounding her departure. In response, Barker took legal action against Hallstrom, filing a lawsuit for libel and slander in Barker v. Hallstrom. The lawsuit alleged that Hallstrom's claims were false and damaging to Barker's reputation. As the legal battle loomed, with the trial set to begin, Barker unexpectedly dropped the lawsuit 48 hours before proceedings were scheduled to commence. The decision to abandon the legal action left many questions unanswered, contributing to the mystery surrounding Hallstrom's departure and the subsequent fallout. In a surprising twist, the court declared Hallstrom the prevailing party in the legal proceedings, a decision that carried significant implications. One of the notable outcomes was the court's order for Bob Barker to pay Hallstrom's legal fees, a tacit acknowledgement that her claims held merit. Bob Barker, the longtime host of The Price is Right, offered his perspective on the controversy during a 2002 interview with Larry King. Contrary to the earlier narrative that cited Hallstrom's weight gain as the primary reason for her firing, Barker asserted that her departure was a strategic business decision. According to Barker, the show, at the time of Hallstrom's dismissal, had already established a roster of 4 permanent models. Additionally, with the passing of Mark Goodson in 1992, his son Jonathan Goodson took charge, seeking ways to enhance the series' profitability as they prepared for a potential sale. Barker's statement suggested that the decision to let Hallstrom go was part of a broader strategy to optimize the show's financial performance in the changing landscape of television production. The shift in leadership and the evolving dynamics within the industry prompted a reassessment of the show's personnel, leading to what Barker characterized as a business-driven decision. Moreover, Barker addressed the weight-related aspect of the controversy in the interview with Larry King. He emphasized that if Hallstrom's weight had truly been a decisive factor in her termination, it would have been grounds for dismissal years earlier. This statement aimed to counter the narrative that her weight gain, reportedly due to prescription medication, was the immediate cause for her departure. Barker's clarification sought to contextualize the decision within the broader context of the show's strategic and financial considerations. In a dramatic turn of events following her dismissal from The Price is Right, Holly Hallstrom took legal action against Bob Barker, escalating the controversy into a protracted legal battle. In her countersuit, known as Hallstrom versus Barker, she leveled serious allegations, including age, weight, and medical discrimination, as well as wrongful termination and malicious prosecution. The legal proceedings unfolded over the years, with Hallstrom steadfastly defending her claims against the prominent television personality. The case reached a significant milestone in October 2005 when Hallstrom emerged victorious, securing a multi-million-dollar settlement. The settlement amount, while substantial, carried the weight of a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, a common legal provision that typically restricts parties from discussing the details of the case publicly, especially in a manner that could be disparaging. In a bold and principled move, Hallstrom chose to prioritize her freedom of expression over a potentially higher financial settlement. Although the settlement could have been more lucrative, she refused to agree to the mutuality clause, which would have bound both parties to confidentiality. By rejecting this clause, Hallstrom retained the right to speak openly about her experiences and allegations against Barker in the media. Her decision to forego the non-disclosure agreement reflected a commitment to transparency and a desire to shed light on what she referred to as Barker's shameful manipulation of the media. Despite accepting a lesser financial amount in the settlement, Hallstrom secured the invaluable right to share her perspective without legal constraints. In the aftermath of the legal resolution, Holly Hallstrom demonstrated resilience and a sense of purpose beyond her personal case. She channeled her experiences into a positive endeavor by establishing a foundation aimed at supporting individuals who have faced wrongful or malicious workplace conditions. This foundation became a platform for those who lacked the resources to confront powerful individuals or companies, offering assistance to those navigating similar challenges. The legal fallout between Holly Hallstrom and Bob Barker from The Price is Right had a ripple effect that went beyond the courtroom, leading to the departure of several key individuals associated with the show. After providing testimonies in Barker's lawsuit against Hallstrom, a significant number of personnel, including models Janice Pennington and Kathleen Bradley, production assistants Linda Riegert and Cheryl Paris, and veteran director Paul Alter, all chose to leave the long-running television program. Janice Pennington, an integral part of the show since its debut in 1972, and Kathleen Bradley, who had been a prominent presence on the show from 1990 to 2000, both departed under circumstances that hinted at the strain within the show's production. In the aftermath of their departures, both Pennington and Bradley reached out-of-court financial settlements, resolving the legal and professional issues associated with their exits. Despite the settlements, Bradley maintained a level of discretion regarding her departure and refrained from speaking publicly about Barker or the circumstances surrounding her exit from The Price is Right. However, she did characterize her termination as abrupt and unexpected, offering a glimpse into the abrupt and perhaps tumultuous nature of the events leading to her departure. The legal turbulence surrounding The Price is Right extended beyond the high-profile cases involving models and reached into the production team, revealing a series of legal challenges that unfolded behind the scenes. Among those who took legal action, Cheryl Paris, a production assistant, sued Bob Barker for wrongful termination, seeking recourse for her abrupt departure from the show. Similarly, production assistant Sharon Freem, who had also faced dismissal, took legal action against Barker, alleging wrongful termination on the grounds of enduring inappropriate remarks and gestures during her tenure. Both Paris and Freem opted for legal resolutions, securing financial settlements that led them to drop their lawsuits. The settlements provided a conclusion to the legal battles, offering a form of redress for the perceived wrongs they experienced while working on the show. In the midst of these legal disputes, veteran director Paul Alder found himself briefly departing the show, only to return in 2000 before eventually retiring. The comings and goings of key personnel, coupled with the legal challenges, marked a period of transition and change for The Price is Right. In contrast to the adversarial nature of the legal battles, Janice Pennington, who had been an integral part of the show since its inception in 1972, maintained a largely positive perspective on her experiences. She spoke in glowing terms about her time on the show and her working relationship with Barker. Her positive sentiments extended even after Barker's death, providing a stark contrast to the legal conflicts that had unfolded earlier. Remarkably, Barker himself, in a 2002 interview with Larry King, spoke positively about Pennington, emphasizing the strength of their working relationship. This positive portrayal of Pennington served as a stark contrast to the legal troubles Barker faced with other individuals associated with the show, particularly in contrast to the contentious legal disputes involving Dean Parkinson and Holly Hallstrom. Holly Hallstrom's life and experiences beyond The Price is Right paint a picture of resilience and determination amid a prolonged legal battle. Unmarried and without children, she viewed herself as uniquely positioned to challenge what she characterized as miserable tyranny at the hands of a mad dictator, referring to Bob Barker. This absence of familial responsibilities may have afforded her the freedom to devote her energy and resources to the protracted legal fight. Over the nearly 10 years that her lawsuit unfolded in the courts, Hallstrom faced significant financial strain. To support her legal efforts, she expended all her savings, ultimately resorting to selling her house and adopting a nomadic lifestyle, living out of her car. This sacrifice speaks to her unwavering commitment to seek justice and challenge what she perceived as injustice within the entertainment industry. Hallstrom's determination to persevere through challenging circumstances is encapsulated in her own words during an interview where she stated, "I refuse to give up and let that evil old bastard win." Her tenacity and refusal to succumb to adversity underscored her commitment to standing up against what she believed to be unethical conduct and workplace mistreatment. Despite the hardships she faced during this period, Hallstrom managed to retain ownership of several houses in the San Antonio vicinity. This aspect of her life highlights a degree of financial stability and perhaps a connection to her roots in Texas. While navigating the legal battles, Hallstrom did not shy away from sharing her story and perspective. She granted occasional interviews for prominent shows such as The Today Show and The View, providing a platform to discuss her experiences and shed light on the challenges she faced. Holly Hallstrom's presence extended beyond The Price is Right, and she found opportunities to showcase her personality and wit on other television programs. One notable platform was her recurring appearances as a guest panelist on the popular game show Match Game. Hallstrom brought her charm and humor to the show, contributing to the lively interactions that were a hallmark of Match Game. In the early 1990s, Hallstrom ventured into the realm of game shows once again, this time appearing on Family Feud alongside her former co-stars from The Price is Right. These appearances added an extra layer of excitement for fans of both shows as they witnessed the camaraderie and friendly competition between the two iconic casts. The unique dynamic unfolded as members of The Price is Right faced off against the cast of the popular soap opera, The Young and the Restless, in a series of entertaining and often humorous competitions. These crossover appearances not only provided entertainment for audiences, but also served as a reunion of sorts for Hallstrom and her fellow game show colleagues. The collaborative spirit and shared experiences of the television industry were on full display as they engaged in friendly competitions on the Family Feud stage. Holly Hallstrom's forays into other game shows demonstrated her versatility and ability to adapt to different formats, while maintaining the affable demeanor that made her a beloved figure on The Price is Right. These appearances allowed audiences to see a different side of her personality, showcasing her quick wit and engaging presence beyond the context of the iconic game show that initially brought her into the spotlight. What do you think about Holly Hallstrom's struggles with The Price is Right? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.